And I've met ladies who will say, it's hard for me to respect that turkey. And when he's respectable, I'll give him respect. You're not judging him by the same standards you judge yourself. Because what he needs the most, when he deserves it the least, is to be respected. Just as you need love, he needs to be respected. Well, how in the world do you do that? Baby, you're amazing. You're incredible. Wow, I am so lucky to be married to you. The Bible has a lot to say about this. Jesus does this with us. Judges chapter 6, there's a man named Gideon who is a coward. He's hiding out in the winepress because the Midianites keep invading their land, and he's hiding. And Jesus pre-incarnate, when you see the angel of the Lord often used in the Old Testament reference, one way you know it's actually a Christophany, meaning a pre-incarnate appearance of Christ in the Old Testament, is that the angel of the Lord, when somebody creates a sacrifice or just falls down on their face, he receives that. Jesus is alone worthy of worship. Angels will never receive that. They'll say, stop, worship him because he alone is worthy. So here we see Jesus, a pre-incarnate experience, appearing to Gideon. Gideon was threshing wheat in a winepress to keep it from the Midianites. When the angel of the Lord, or Jesus, appears to Gideon, he said, "The Lord is with you, mighty warrior." Gideon is the furthest thing from a mighty warrior. He's a coward. He's a chicken. Now notice this, ladies. Jesus didn't show up and say, "Gideon, you need a hug, don't you? Bring it in. Bring it in. You need a hug." Why? Because that wasn't what he needed. Gideon, you need to talk. You need to talk. Let's just talk about it. Share with me your feelings. That's not what he needed. He needed to be told he was a mighty warrior, that he was respectable, even though he wasn't living very respectable. And what you find in the story of Gideon is he became what the Lord said he was before he was it. Why? Because we serve a God who calls those things that be not as though they were. We serve a God who understands that life and death are in the power of the tongue. We serve a God who said to Abram, "Father of mighty nations," and changed his name to Abraham, father of mighty nations, before he ever had the kids. He looked at Simon, who means sifting sand, and he changed his name to Peter, which means the rock, before he was ever a rock. In fact, Jesus knew Peter was going to go on and deny him, and yet he still said, "Hey, you're a rock." Are you serious? That guy lived with his foot in his mouth. The guy was a poster child for saying dumb things at the right time. He was unstable, but God didn't call him what he was. God called him what he could become and what he would be. And if we'll do this with our husbands, you'll be shocked to find out they'll start to become what you call them. Look, you do this with your kids. You already know how to do it. You just simply apply what you do for your kids. You just shift it over and do it for your husband. Look, we watch you moms out there when your kids are doing sports and you look crazy screaming at little Timmy out there. "Go, Timmy, go! Go! Rip his head off!" He's 6 years old running the wrong way on the soccer field, and you're screaming like he has a shot at some professional sport. Statistically, no, they don't. Let it go. What if you would put that same intensity and belief in your husband? "You're amazing!" Totally running the wrong way. "You can do it!" If you could do it for Damien Jr. and Jezebel and Lucifer Jr., you can surely do it for your husband. Look, inside every man, there is a desire to be the knight in shining armor you thought you thought you were marrying. Now, the reality is this. Every couple at the altar are liars. You all false advertised. You all way over advertised what the other person was getting. You had U-Hauls full of junk in the trunk that you hid behind the house. Like you didn't show all that, right? You totally false advertised. And so you thought that man was a knight in shining armor. No, he's Shrek wearing some armor. Your fairy tale wedding turned into Nightmare on Elm Street. We get it. But inside that man, inside there is a warrior screaming to come out. There is a man that wants to scale the castle wall, slay the dragon, and be the hero that you thought you were marrying. We want to be that. And if you'll cheer us on, we will become better. We will become what you want us to be.